Hey, it's Bucky Doren. Got a special guest here with us in the Pita Pit Studios. Dallas Clark is joining us to talk about the big news that we just revealed this morning on the Bucky and Brooks Morning Show. Dallas, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Bucky. I appreciate you having me.
You know, we've all been getting excited about this Back Porch Revival, the very first concert at Kinnick Stadium, and you obviously have a natural tie to that stadium. You played quite a lot of football back in the day.
Yeah, you know, it had a pretty good team to play for. We had a lot of guys that made each other look good, and led by a phenomenal coach and Coach Ferentz and his entire staff. So we had a great run there, and lots of great memories and a lot of great friendships formed.
Well, we always love anybody from Iowa doing well. You're an Iowa native, played football for quite a few years, and then you got a little bit of time with maybe somebody's heard of the Indianapolis Colts in a Super Bowl run, and you were a part of that as well. And now you're coming back to Iowa to talk about this great event that you are a part of, the Back Porch Revival at Kinnick Stadium, August 27th. Can you talk a little bit about how this idea got started?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I mean, it started quite a few years ago when, unfortunately, when Parkersburg was hit with a horrible tornado, and then following that was Cedar Rapids got hit with a horrible flood. And during those times, I was out in Indy playing football and just felt really helpless, just felt really just useless, I guess, and just wanted to help. And coincidentally, I did an interview with Ashton Kutcher, who was who's a fellow native of Cedar Rapids. And so we were talking about it. This idea came, and like I really truly believe that God put this on my heart. And as we're talking, I go, gosh, it'd be cool if Iowa had like its own Red Cross, like almost like Islands Helping Islands, like just like an organization that just kind of helps when there's help needed. We both kind of got excited about that, and he's like, yeah, I'd be part of it. I'm like, all right. And well, then football came and life and all that stuff. It just got put to that back burner. And so once I retired, it's always been on my heart. It's always kind of wanted something I wanted to get back doing and kind of just see if there's something there, and talk to Ashton, and he said he was still on board if we got something going, and that got me fired up again, because I really felt like it meant something when both of us were getting excited about it again. And I'm a big music lover, and God played this horrible trick on me where he gave me great passion and love and joy for music, but gave me zero ability to sing it, gave me zero ability to play it. It's just an evil trick, and I know he's laughing about it, but became friends with Gary DeWard, who puts on a phenomenal country music festival up in Forest City called the Treetown Festival. It's every Memorial Day weekend, and you got to check that out if you haven't. And so I hired him and his staff, and they got us these meetings down in Nashville with all the big dogs, William Morris, all these guys, all these different agents. And I tell you what, Blake Shelton with William Morris stepped up, and I mean, what a big risk taker for him to do this. It's never been done before. All these things. It's a fundraiser. It's not even for profit.
Well, you mentioned Blake Shelton. This morning we announced that Big and Rich and Thomas Rhett will be joining that lineup as well. It's a very cool event. I mean, we're getting excited about it. What kind of feedback are you getting about the event?
Well, it's kind of like a two-headed monster. I kind of look at it because the concert in Kinnick, and so you got that, and that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and people are just jacked about that. But it's our job to really kind of teach people about, okay, when they go to the concert, realize that you're helping Iowans. If you buy a ticket, you're already helping, but there's more. There's more ways of helping, and so they can check out the nativefund.com. There's different ways of helping, and we'll get to that. But it's so exciting to see everyone all excited about it. I mean, just everyone. Everything's just been so positive, and I think people really kind of are kind of visualizing how the day is going to be, and just like trying to picture like a stage in Kinnick, and being able and realizing that.
We're talking with Dallas Clark, the founder of the Native Fund, former Hawkeye, also former Colt with the NFL, the Super Bowl team. We're talking about the Back Porch Revival. We just announced that Big and Rich and Thomas Rhett going to be added to the lineup, Blake Shelton. Tickets are on sale right now. You can get that at their website, thebackporchrevival.com. But you did mention that it is a fundraiser for the Native Fund. And we've talked a little bit about it on air, but it'd probably sound even better from the founder talking exactly what is the Native Fund.
The Native Fund kind of came up with the talk I had with Ashton, and just kind of being that being that outlet for Iowans. And what we really thought that would help is to have an organization that helps with the natural disaster, so flood, tornado, fire, and to be able to. And I use the example of, like, hopefully no one's experienced this, but if you have a death in the family, and the first 2 weeks you have more casseroles than you know what to do with. I mean, everyone, all the love, all the support you get is awesome. It's great, and it helps. But then a couple weeks later it goes by, and then life happens, and people just have to get on with their own life and their job and everything involved. And nothing's wrong with that; it's just the way it is. And now you're left there, and it's kind of quiet, and you still have that gap, that hole, and it's tough. And so we're doing our homework to try to do our due diligence to make sure that to help bridge that gap and find ways that we can continue to support and continue to help. We don't want to just be that organization that shows up, writes a big check, take a bunch of pictures with radio and newspapers and TV and all that stuff, and wow, look at us. We want to be able to make sure that your dollar, the donor's dollar, goes and does the most work it can do and the most positive impact it can make. And so that's our job as an organization. And so while we're doing this, we felt that, well, do we want to sit around and wait for the next tornado and wait for the next flood? We can do more. What else can we do? I'm a huge, huge supporter of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Was a big supporter, still am. My wife and I, we host a dinner every year out there and raise money for the organization. Same way with the natives or with the veterans. We want to find a way to help these veterans that have given so much, so much, and deserve so much from us. That is our mission. That is our goal as a foundation is to be unique and to find ways to make people to be proud of and to be a part of it and want to be on our team and want to join us and to help make a difference throughout the state of Iowa.
One of the things that I love about this whole concept, I'm a born and bred Iowan, worked, every paycheck I've ever gotten is from the Hawkeye state, and I love trying to do, giving back to the people in my community, and you can hear that in your voice that you have that same passion to give back to your home state. I love that.
And I tell you what, Bucky, that's another message in that needs to be heard and needs to be understood, is, there's a lot of people that can't write a check. There's a lot of people that live paycheck to paycheck, and that's noble and just great that you're making ends meet, you're supporting a family, you're raising great kids, you're doing your job, and there's a lot of people that are like that and feel like, well, I don't have any money to give, I can't give. But you know what people can give is their time, and that's free, but it's also not, because time is a precious thing. We're not guaranteed any time. The good Lord's in charge of that. So what I'm saying is that there's a ways to give back, and we're all given gifts, we're all given talents that we can help and make a difference, and it's not about writing a check all the time. And so we also want to utilize, Ashton brought this idea up, and I think he lives in that techie world. He's brilliant mind. And it's genius because the way social media is, and the way people can connect and feel part of something. We want to utilize social media. We want to utilize the technology to reach people and to help putting them in motion in their area. Like, hey, you want to help? You're part of our team. Well, guess what? 10 miles away, there's this thing that can be helped, and it needs your help, and you can be a part of it. And together, throughout the state of Iowa, we're going to make a difference. And so that's kind of how we want to channel that energy. We want to channel those big hearts that people have, but just don't know how. And we want to be able to put a game plan into motion.
Well, the big news was Big and Rich and Thomas Rhett added to the lineup. Dallas, we're very excited about it. The Back Porch Revival tickets are available now, and as you mentioned earlier, there isn't a bad seat in the house at Kinnick.
There isn't, and I tell you what, it's going to be, you buy a ticket, you're helping the Native Fund. But you want to help your neighbor, please still check out the nativefund.com and find out ways you can help. And also, feel free to tell us and let us know where a difference can be made or where a difference can be made, because we're open ears, and we certainly don't have the answers. We're not going to come across like we know how, we know all the answers and know how to do it, but we're going to need everyone, and that's the beauty of Iowans is we're going to help each other out where it's needed, and that's our calling, and that's our mission. So it's going to be fun to see where it goes.
Well, Dallas, I know you're busy. I appreciate you taking the time for us today to talk to us about the Back Porch Revival, Kinnick Stadium, August 27th.
Thank you so much, Bucky. Have a great day.
Thank you. Help out. You can share this YouTube video right now to get the word out about the Back Porch Revival. It is, again, August 27th, Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, the first ever concert.